I have homework for you though, Billy. I want
Mhm.
you to ask somebody in WWE that's close to everybody in there and has is in there pretty good. I want to know what is really going on with Triple H and Vince stuff. What is the talk backstage? What's going on? Why is Triple H like now he's like trash and being treated that way, I feel, and like all of his stuff being taken away and destroyed, and it's very, very odd. So I would like to know what is being said in the back and who is talking and saying what, because there's got to be rumors floating around back there and
I got
little things people have heard.
I got a couple little AEW rumors this week from somebody.
Okay.
My buddy that goes AEW and is back. He's an autograph seller, and
Okay.
he basically pitches to wrestlers as to how much it would cost, how much they would charge to come into a hotel, hire a hotel, and sign like 500 pieces of their stuff.
Mhm.
So he does talk to guys in AEW. So these are various. I mean, he was rounded the other day, just measuring up my my walls for framing and things. It's a shame your turnbuckle's not here. Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, but
I could walk it there quicker than the mail could get it to you.
Yeah. So the couple of AEW bits, he says that to me that he's certain that CM Punk's booking his own stuff completely, because something that Punk's wanted to do is losing Chicago to a heel who he feels is worthy, so that and give him and transfer him a load of heat.
Which means losing tonight if they have that match, which for some reason I think they weren't having the match because it's regular TV. And when he said you're going to fight MJF, I think it's going to be a guy with those same initials or something, but you'll know by the time this thing comes out.
Yeah,
because it's on.
I think from that info, I feel like there's a chance he could lose in Chicago tonight, but that's just a feeling. That's just something that he knows.
I can't believe they would have a match though. And just for like you wouldn't save it for the pay-per-view.
Well, if he convinces him that it's going to put big heat on MJF to lose in Chicago, and it also makes him look very unselfish and company-like, company manish. The other thing was, and this is the most interesting thing, people have been talking about, is Adam Cole being buried? He's in the worst position that he's ever been in and whatnot. And I've heard people, including Conan and Disco, saying that I don't think he is because he's goofy. He likes to do the being the elite thing.
And he doesn't lose. That last one's lights out. It doesn't count, but yeah.
Right. But here's what I heard. And this is a really odd story, and it is kind of being talked about around AEW by some people. And because it got back to my guy who asked about what the situation was with Adam Cole. And he said to me, before Adam Cole signed at AEW, Tony Khan was up Britt Baker's ass, and they were doing things together every single week. Any kind of media that they had booked, he put Britt Baker on it. They went out for dinners together. They did everything. Like, so I don't know if he has a girlfriend in his real, I don't know if he has a girlfriend. I don't know if he's straight. I don't know if he's just one of these rich guys, but that
just works
that can't talk to women. I don't know if he's like, can't separate being a mark from being a real person, and he just falls in love with women that are involved in wrestling, and he looks at Britt Baker as his version of like Sonny, what we would see Sonny as in his day.
Britt Baker has a spell on a couple of these guys, which is bizarre to me.
Who?
That Britt Baker has a spell on people,
man.
Tony and I'm like, what is this?
I think the worst person the worst looking girl I've slept with is not as bad as Britt Baker. It's not as bad as Britt Baker.
And ladies and gentlemen, I have seen some of these women that Billy slept with. He doesn't slum. I gave back to the community at times, Billy. You had to have a slump buster here and there.
Yeah, I mean, I could do Brit, but like I wouldn't have done Brit in my prime. Like I wouldn't have done between 2007 and 2014. There's no way I'm sleeping with Britt Baker.
That is funny because I've seen you show me picture. You go, she's not good looking enough. And I'm like, oh my God, people would saw their arms off. You're like, and I'm like, yeah, Billy's turning these women down. Good Lord.
You don't like Charlotte. But you don't like Charlotte though.
No, see, you wouldn't turn Charlotte down. You go run across the street and beg Charlotte.
No, but I want her to make me beg. I want her to beat me up and handcuff me and walk on me.
I want Jade Cargill to get out of me. But
yeah, like that too. But
you know, I heard a real good friend of mine, Derek Montilla, he was begging Nyla Rose.
But my point is that there is a belief that this was a hire that they felt like they had to make, but the way it's working out, the dynamic between Tony Khan and Britt Baker is a little bit different, and there's almost like an element of this poor little boy got his like heart broken, and his crush is now the crush is the crush is now.
It's like a high school movie. You're watching the jock walk away with the girl while he pines away.
Exactly, like the geek is losing out because the jock is here, and like that's that, and he's got his girlfriend back. So
he should wipe his eyes with hundreds.
In the movie, she ends up with Tony Khan.
Yes,
but in real life, look, I'm not saying this is true.
Tony Khan's bigger than Adam.
I'm not saying this is true. I'm saying that this is a joke, or a theory that's being like banded around. But it was said to me in a jokey way. It's hard to imagine this is true. The guy's got so much money. There's got to be women falling at his feet. You'd think.
Yeah.
But he's so he's so awkward though. Like he's so weird in the way he acts. Like
I can see that. I would love to talk to the guy one-on-one just as a human being and get into his head about a lot of stuff. I think that would be a fun interview to do. But he almost seems the type that you'd be able to do that, and he would be, you know, honest with you and stuff, because he seems like the everyday guy. He doesn't act like, you know, he's not walking around with Rolexes and like that, you know. He doesn't act like he's got all this money. And he's just a fan like the rest of us who had a ton of money and said, let's make something. And, you know, I hope for the best from that, because like JR says, why would you want one of these companies to go out of business? Wouldn't you want them all to be great? Let's have some competition and get going. But, you know.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!